everyone, welcome to your daily news update. Quick, clear, and straight to the point. We've got top stories from 14th of August lined up just for you. So plug in your earphones, grab your chai, and let's get started. India and China are taking cautious steps to strengthen diplomatic and economic ties amid unpredictability in US foreign policy under President Donald Trump. Chinese FM Wang Yi is planning a visit to New Delhi to discuss the Himalayan border, and India anticipates PM Modi meeting with Jinping at Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO summit. They have agreed to resume suspended direct flights and reopen cross-border trade at 3 Himalayan checkpoints. The nations are even exploring easing restrictions on Chinese investments, signaling a thaw in relations. A sudden cloudburst struck Chositi village in Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir, leading to devastating flash floods. The disaster resulted in at least 56 deaths, over 300 injured, and more than 250 people reported missing. The affected included pilgrims on the Machail Mata Yatra, which was underway at the time. Relief operations were initiated amid challenging terrain and scale of impact. Greece, Spain, and Portugal are battling widespread wildfires intensified by the heat waves. Cross-border support from EU partners is being mobilized to help contain the blazes. The fires are affecting large swaths of forest and prompting evacuations in vulnerable areas. Tropical storm Erin is approaching the northern Caribbean, prompting officials to warn of torrential rains and dangerous swells. Coastal communities are bracing for flooding and high waves that could disrupt shipping and local livelihoods. Early preparations include emergency warnings and storm surge readiness. A high-stakes summit between US President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin is set to happen soon. Trump has threatened very severe consequences if Putin fails to cease hostilities in Ukraine. A joint press conference is expected, though Ukraine has reportedly been excluded from the dialogue. The developments signal growing diplomatic tensions. The US State Department have cleared a potential $346 million defense equipment sale to Nigeria. The deal aims to bolster security amid rising threats in western parts of Africa. In Gambia, 3 women have been formally charged in the death of a 1-month-old girl following a female genital mutilation procedure. The case has drawn global attention due to fatal consequences and ongoing battles against the FGM practice. Local and international advocates are calling for stronger protection for girls. In Kabul, the Taliban marked their return to power's 4th anniversary by dropping flowers from helicopters all over the city. The symbolic gesture was meant to project peace and legitimacy. This came amidst ongoing concerns about their governance and human rights record. The display drew mixed reactions from residents and observers. Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro has submitted his final court defense denying allegations of planning a coup. Demonstrators gathered in his support outside his residence, decrying his house arrest. The court proceedings reflect Brazil's fraught political climate post-presidency. The case could influence the future of Brazilian democracy. The US and the Philippines are discussing deploying additional missile systems amid increasing strategic threats in the South China Sea. The deliberations underscore growing regional security challenges. No final agreements have yet been reached. In an incident reported by ABC News, a van driver emerged unhurt after his vehicle was crossed and struck by a train on a railroad crossing. The accident happened on August 14th and raised concerns about railway safety measures. A man in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh was seen carrying a baby through rising floodwaters caused by heavy rains. The image became emblematic of resilience and amid disaster. News from India. On August 14th, India observes Partition Horrors Remembrance Day to honor victims of the 1947 partition. Instituted in 2021, the day encourages reflection on unity and loss during partition's violence and displacement. It serves as a reminder of the importance of social harmony and national solidarity. The Supreme Court of India has reserved its judgment in a case concerning the relocation of stray dogs in Delhi NCR region. A two-judge bench had previously ordered permanent relocation, sparking backlash from animal rights groups such as PETA India. The court highlighted missteps in implementing ABC animal birth control rules and called for a humane, balanced approach. India and China are undertaking diplomatic and economic rapprochement amid tension with the US. Discussions include border de-escalation and resumed direct flights, resulting in eased trade restrictions, especially symbolically important after resumed border trade. PM Modi's expected meeting with Xi Jinping at the SCO summit underscores this shift. Intense rain battered Delhi and the NCR, with regions like Gurgaon experiencing severe waterlogging disruptions amid Independence Day preparations. Authorities warned of continued showers from August 14 and advised commuters to exercise caution. The Lok Sabha Secretariat has asked the Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) to seek a factual note from the Jharkhand government over a breach of privilege notice filed by the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey. The move underscores growing tensions between state and central authorities in governance oversight. President Draupadi Murmu, in a public remark, called Operation Sindoor an example of humanity's fight against terrorism. She applauded the armed forces for swiftly dismantling terrorist networks across borders, demonstrating their preparedness and precision. With US imposing near 50% tariffs on Indian exports, which affected $86 billion worth finance, India's economy is under strain, especially in textiles and jewelry. The government is defending with fiscal support, and private economists warn of reduced GDP growth. India is responding by pivoting diplomatically towards BRICS partners. Indian corporate leaders remain optimistic about potential tariff settlements with the US. They are strategizing around a proposed 21-day off-ramp strategy for businesses to adapt. Discussions continue amidst broader trade tensions impacting industrial sectors. In July 2025, India's UPI Unified Payments Interface recorded a historic peak with 1946 crore transactions valued at 261 lakh crore Indian rupees. The milestone demonstrates continued digital adoption in payments. It marks a significant stride in India's digital economy. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is scheduled to visit Moscow on 21st August, where he'll meet Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. The agenda includes bilateral cooperation in defense and trade. The trip signals India's intent to deepen strategic ties with Russia. The Gujarat government has announced that quarterly and semester assessments will replace traditional unit tests in primary schools. This reform aims to streamline evaluation and reduce academic stress for students. The new system reflects education policy modernization efforts. The All India Football Federation (AIFF) is set to bring back the ISL Indian Super League deadlocked before the Supreme Court. Legal discussions will likely address governance and structural reform in the Indian football's top tier. The case may redefine institutional oversight in the sport. News from Telangana. Schools in Telangana, including Hyderabad, are declared closed half day in Hyderabad, full day elsewhere on August 14 due to heavy warnings of very heavy to extremely heavy rainfall by the IMD, Indian Meteorological Department. This aimed to ensure student safety amidst worsening monsoon conditions. Maharashtra declared Partition Honors Remembrance Day on August 14, not Telangana. Following Telangana's policy, Andhra Pradesh will offer free rides on APSRTC, Andhra Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation buses to women starting Independence Day. The move highlights regional expansion of social welfare benefits. Torrential monsoon rains lash the state, especially areas like Bhadradri Kottagudem recording 128 mm rainfall. Hyderabad and other districts face extensive waterlogging as well. Himayat Sagar Reservoir recorded a rare, massive surge of 17,500 cusecs in water flows, prompting a second flood warning. This has escalated risk for downstream regions demanding emergency preparedness. In Hyderabad, the Enforcement Directorate (ED) has filed a case under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) against former IFS officer Akula Kishan. Details of allegations haven't been publicly disclosed but signal intensified anti-money laundering enforcement. The Kanchagachibowli forest area in Hyderabad has become a focal point of recent news, likely linked to environmental or developmental issues, bringing attention to global urban greenbelts. RS Praveen Kumar publicly condemned the arrest of Dimda farmers, highlighting tensions over agrarian protest or land-related conflict in Telangana. The issue reflects simmering rural unrest. News from Hyderabad. Hyderabad Narcotics Enforcement Wing HNEW and Langar House Police arrested a 33-year-old peddler and a consumer, seizing 15 grams of cocaine worth 3.9 lakh rupees. The peddler, a BTech graduate who moved from Mumbai, was sourcing cocaine at 10,000 rupees per gram and selling at 25,000 per gram, indicating a lucrative local drug network. Short, intense showers led to a severe flooding, traffic disruption, and power outages in zones like Falaknama and LB Nagar. A man was rescued near Yakutpura Canal by Hydra personnel. Ahead of Independence Day at Golconda Fort, the police continued temporary traffic restrictions and diversions to ensure public safety. Commuters are advised to use alternative routes during morning rehearsals, aiming to balance security and flow. Reflecting broader Telangana closures, Hyderabad schools were given a half-day holiday on August 14 due to heavy rainfall alert, preventing commuters' risk and prioritizing student safety. Local streets in Hyderabad flooded rapidly during the rains, leading to traffic gridlocks. Areas like Rajendra Nagar and Malakpet experienced power interruptions. Emergency services were stretched thin amid high call volumes. And that's a wrap on today's headlines. If you enjoyed the update on the go, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps us to keep the news coming your way. Thanks for tuning in, and do let us know if you have any stories you'd like to hear in the form of an audiobook. See you tomorrow with more stories that matter. Take care.